1, 2, 3. What's going on, beloveds? It's your girl Ty, and welcome back again to Live with Ty. So yeah, we are going to be starting a new segment, and I'm just so happy to be doing this with you guys today. If you have been following me on my platforms for a while now, then you know the title of this segment may sound familiar. Today we are going to be getting into a new segment here on my channel called Live Talks with Ty. And years ago, I used to do these things on Instagram Live called Live Talk with Ty Tuesdays, and basically just get on there and talk about current events, relationships, whatever. But I don't know, actually I do know what made me not continue that. It's just my lack and my fear of not being accepted in this space. I am someone who is so self-critical of everything that I do, and even when it comes to talking on certain topics of discussion, I feel like I'm inadequate to the conversation, although I am more than, my life is living testimony that I'm very capable of talking on these topics. I say that to say, like, this is me just, starting something back up that I was super excited and passionate about years ago before, and just bringing it to you guys on a different platform with new energy. I've grown within the past 5 to 6 years, so my insight on things back then is a little bit different now. So yeah, girl, we're just gonna get right into it. So today we're gonna be talking about how I balance motherhood and self-discovery when I'm really just fighting for my life every single day. I just go off vibes, and I'm just trying to become a better person. Would y'all believe me if I told you that 88% of mothers say that being a mom is literally the key part of their identity? And I feel like that's where I don't align in my motherhood journey. So let's just break it all down. Let's just start from the very beginning, okay? I am a mom of 2, and I got pregnant when I was 19 years old. Yeah. I was and still am like a very, very young mom. I had no business having no babies at that age, to say the very least. And at the end of the day, the only thing you can do with time is hopefully grow and mature in ways that are beneficial to your life and your household. And that statistic does not align with me, and I think that's one of the reasons why I have such a hard time embracing my motherhood. It's like you see all the amazing moms on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, being like super mom, and that's just not me. And I can get very insecure about that, like my kids are lacking because I am not that version of a mom for them, and I don't know if I ever will be, because my identity is not solely on being a mother. And selfishly, a part of that is because I feel like I did have kids at a very young age, and I did not get to experience just discovering who I am as a woman first before, creating a family. And there's this creator that I love so dearly. Her name is Samantha Jo. If you guys have a moment, I'll leave her page linked down below. But she had just announced that she was pregnant, and, having a baby was something that she never really foreseen in her future. She had mentioned in her video that she is in the process of grieving the life that she used to have. But I say that to say, like, she worded that so beautifully, because I feel like for years I've been grieving in silence the life that I will never get to live, the life that I missed out on because I had kids and I was in a strong relationship at such an early age. And it's not to say that I regret, the way things planned out, because I am a firm believer that God has his divine timing, and everything that happens in your life is for a specific purpose. It doesn't take away the fact that, I do grieve certain versions of myself that I will never have the chance to experience. And I feel like that's something about motherhood that doesn't really get talked about enough. There's times where I caught myself, kind of just being infatuated with people that were my age and just living this, what you would consider a luxurious lifestyle, just kind of like living by their own means and not really having to center their life around anyone other than themselves. And I used to get in what I now know is, like, I guess, depressive episodes where it's like I wanted that, and I fantasized about having that, and the fact that that could never be me was just so hurtful. And at the end of the day, I know it's not like a healthy thing to continuously do, so I did have to like have a mental, self chat with myself about those types of things. Like, it's okay to have feelings about something and have sadness and show emotion about certain things, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm in a place where this is my life and these are the circumstances that God designed for my life to go. So I, have to find the happiness and the joy in where I am today, and not kind of like wishing upon a star about what I should have done or could have done or would have done back then. But I see you. If that's you, I see you, because I've been there. And now I'm at the other side of making the best of the life that I have now. Honestly, I don't know if anyone else has felt this way. Like, I personally always thought that I just couldn't get pregnant. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but I had those thoughts like frequently, and it just never occurred to me that I can get pregnant. That just goes to show how ignorant I was at the time of conceiving a child. Like, I don't know why, but I thought because I was like sure that I couldn't have kids. I don't know why I thought that. And when I say that to people, like when I tell people about my story about like being pregnant and why I was just like so confused that this could ever happen to me. And that's what I'm learning now as an adult. Like, never think that anything can never happen to you, because the moment you feel so like on your shit, that's when you're gonna be humbled real quick. And that was me. Like, I was just, I moved out at the age of 18 and had my apartments, and I was just like living my own adult life, although I was still very much young, still very much immature. I was just living a very grown life, and luckily I came across an amazing man who is now my husband, and we created this beautiful family together. But at the same time, that's another thing that I grieve, is just like being able to be in that relationship without children. Having children is definitely a beautiful, beautiful thing. Being able to like solidify and just be in the moment and have those years to develop myself as a woman. The whole relationship thing was new to me. The whole, being a young adult thing was new to me. And then over here being grown, now we're about to become parents. Like, I will never forget that day. We had moved into our second, it was really my apartment that I had roommates in, but 𝙁𝙤𝙘𝙞 just kind of like lived with me, basically, it felt like. And we had just moved into the new apartment, and I remember, like, I think I was maybe a couple weeks late from my period, so I ended up taking a test. And I was very in denial, and I just remember like he was with me, and I just remember going in the bathroom, taking the test, and just like my body felt like it was going into shock. Like, that is how intense it felt. Like, my body literally felt like I was going into shock. I remember just like trembling so bad, and I know 𝙁𝙤𝙘𝙞 was scared because he could see the scaredness in my eyes. And I'll never forget, he told me like, whatever it is that you want to do, I support that 100%. This doesn't have to define you. This doesn't have to define your future. Whatever you want to do in your life, this doesn't have to stop that. And those are like the very first words that he said to me right after we seen that the test said positive. And I will forever remember that, because that's a good man. He is a good man. I was shaking in my boots for real. And I feel like I can't really talk too much about finding the right person, because I don't know if I was like looking and searching. I think I remember like having a conversation with God and just praying to him, just calling upon him, saying how like, it was basically a prayer of just allowing the people that are meant to be in my life to be in my life, allowing the men that I attract or whatever man that I have relations with next, just allow this man to be a man of good man. And to me at the time, I didn't really know what I was asking for. Fast forward 7 years later, I literally feel like God heard my prayers, and he heard, the things that I was speaking out into existence, and said, this is exactly who you need in your life. This is exactly who I'm placing in your life to start building a life with. That's why I always say, like, the power of the tongue is so powerful, because I was not even aware of the things that I was calling upon into the world and asking and manifesting. And it was everything that I needed. It was literally everything that I needed. I didn't know that at the time. So in walks my now husband, and he is the most emotional, intelligent, mature Black man that I've met in my entire life. And Lord knows that I needed that in order for me to do the self-discovery work that I've been, continuously working on throughout the past 7 years. There's days that I feel like I'm not being good enough, like I'm not being a good enough mom. There's a lot of days actually where I feel like I'm not being a good enough mom, because I am still just trying to figure out me. Like, can we just emphasize trying to raise a little human when you don't even have a full understanding of who you are as a person yet? It is very backwards. And there's this creator called the Esperanza Maria, and she had posted on her stories the other day, like, I guess someone had asked her a question about if she was ever going to have children in the future or whatever, and she again is another person who just like worded it so beautifully. And at the age that I'm at now, at 26 years old, I can understand her reasons for not wanting to have kids. And basically she was saying that there's just a lot of Booby, your what's name is right there. Leotard's right there. Hi, Fofo. Hi, Zilla.
Did you make anything?
Thank you. I didn't make your lunchbox today, Booby. We don't have no lunch meat.
I'm about to go to the grocery store and get some.
Right now?
Yeah. Who's been banging that shit?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. There's this creator that I love. Her name is the Esperanza Maria Aaron on Instagram. Amazing creator. Highly recommend y'all be following her. But she was doing a Q&A in her stories the other day, and someone had asked her if she was ever open to having kids, and her response really hit me right here in my heart, because what she said made all the sense in the world. She's very well aware of the emotional traumas that she has, and she still has to unpack and to heal from. She doesn't want to be selfish and, bring a child into this world knowing that she still has traumas and triggers that she has yet to address, and she doesn't want to put that on a child. And I can agree with that so much, because that is literally the main reason why, as a 26-year-old woman, I don't want to have any more kids. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to have any more kids ever, but it is a very strong no. And it has been for the past 3 years, because I'm at the point now where I am mature enough to admit that, there is work that needs to be done within myself, and already just giving the energy and the love and affection to the kids that I already have and the family that I already have, before just wanting another child just because of it, just because I'm capable of doing it. I feel like a lot of people, me included, go into having kids, too prematurely, not even knowing everything that it takes to raise a child. Although I do feel like my journey kind of ignited something within me to do the necessary work for me to just become a better human being. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, I don't even have the answer. There's no true balance to anything that I do. Like, I literally, like I told you guys before, I wake up, I go off vibes, I'm fighting for my life, and I'm just figuring out new things about me every single day. And I have yet to find like that threshold of continuous balance, because at the end of the day, the kids are changing, I'm changing, our environments are ever changing. So I wouldn't necessarily say finding balance. Zayla's making an Eggo waffle before we get ready to go to gymnastics practice. I wouldn't necessarily say it's about finding balance that makes it easier between motherhood and self-discovery. It's more so like finding the acceptance of how to navigate changes that is going to make you resilient in the navigation of motherhood and self-discovery. At the end of the day, everything is ever changing. As long as you can quickly adapt to that change without it being so detrimental to your life and your rhythm of things, that is what is going to make you resilient. And I feel like I'm speaking to myself when I say this. Like, if I can just sit here and not try to be so controlling of, all the things, be easily adaptable to the changes and circumstances that come all throughout my life, because it's going to come, I would be a much happier person. And so that's what I'm trying to focus on now. Just focus on being happy. Like, we have the power to be a happy person, to just live a happy life, and to not consume things that are going to be detrimental to our health, our mental health, and our environment. And that power is so strong, and that is a power that I want to just take advantage of. I'm just really truly understanding the power of what way I want my life to go and the energy that I put behind it, and it's all about growth and elevation for me. I feel like I'm getting a little bit sidetracked because I am running on a time crunch. 𝙬𝙤 just got home from school and we have to go to her gymnastics practice, so I'm sorry if I'm abruptly cutting this short and you guys would like to continue the conversation, but drop it in the comment section if you guys have other things that you would love for me to touch on. I feel like I'm just literally scratching the surface with this topic, and I'm kind of happy and proud of myself for even talking about this, because this is something that I've been battling silently for so long, like the balance of self-discovery and motherhood. And I'm just at a point where I'm really just trying to go full throttle with my content creation journey and accepting that I belong in this space and talking on the subject matters that are very important to me. Just forming my own type of community from that. So yeah, you want to say hi, Zay, before we go?
Hi guys.
Hey guys. Maybe we could do an episode. Remember when you were little and we used to do episodes together? I'm gonna see if I can find an old video and insert it here. And come on. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's your girl 𝙁𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙖, and this here is, what's your name? 𝙬𝙤. And welcome back to another episode of Live Talk with Ty Recap Edition. Because you had to have been 1 or 2 years old. Do you remember that?
No.
It's okay. All right, y'all. We are going to close out today's video. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please be sure to like and share with all of your favorites, your friends, and your family. Leave a comment down below of any new topics you guys would like to hear from me. And until then, peace out.